The Los Angeles Coliseum, once home to the Olympic Games and many of the most memorable moments in sports, and also home to the USC Trojans, who are prepared to fight on once again today. This is anything but a run-of-the-mill early season matchup, a clash of top 10 teams as these two will get their oil checked early. As we'll see, the number 10 team in the country, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on the number 1 team in the land, the USC Trojans. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Alabama about to kick off to get things started. He'll call for the fair catch here. First down here for the offense. From the gun, the running back has it. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, the offensive line had everybody blocked except the defensive end. He was able to sneak into the backfield and get the tackle for loss.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. He's looking to throw. It's complete. Really nice job there by both guys, the throw and the catch, to work that defense and get the first down. Trojans used to be known for student body right, and they can still do that. With quarterbacks like this, you want to put it up.
Yeah, I think they hung that up years ago when they started to find, big, strong quarterbacks that can throw the ball all over the yard. So I like the student body right, student body left, but that's a little old school for me, there, RD.
Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that...
He's off to the races. He's at the 10. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Trojans!
Yeah, these offensive coordinators tell you they want to start fast and they want to establish the run game. That is exactly what you did. First drive, you hand the football off, making the big explosive run, setting the tone for this football.
And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And he finished things off racing 53 yards for 6. Takes it inside his own 20. Chance for great field position here. And the returner will be dragged down. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. They'll go to the ground. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. You can go way back in the history books to the wishbone attack, all the way back to the first Rose Bowl team. Alabama builds its identity on a strong running game.
Builds it on dudes that tote the rock and do it with nastiness, with some physicality. Not one guy's going to bring them down, and you see it year after year with these guys, and there's always somebody that's going to be a physical challenge to try to get on the ground.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. He's looking to throw. Feeling some heat. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
And he was held in check in game one, but you're not going to hold him in check for long. And right out the gates, getting a sack in the second ball game, that will not be his last sack of the season. This dude is a ball player.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Slips through the line. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well. Palmer, they executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
For all of the star quality that USC has been built on, good offensive line, strong running game has always been a hallmark.
No doubt about it. I think they're built on, the passing game and explosive playmakers out wide, but they've always had that balance at USC. You got to have a little bit of the boring to go with the glitz and the glamour.
They'll give it to him again. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5. Here's why this one's so much fun, guys. Early in the season, sort of a proving ground type of game for a couple of squads that believe they could win it all.
And we've heard so much in this offseason, right, about both of these teams and top 10 teams preseason. Now you get a chance to prove it. Now you get a chance to see who are the dudes on the squad. These are always fun early in the season, Jesse.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to find out what these teams are about because we've seen both teams beat up on weaker competition. We know they're both very talented, but let's see good against good and find out what they are.
And the Trojans will snap it on 1st and 10. Wide receiver coming across in motion. The give from the gun. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Man, nowhere to run on that play at all.
About all you can say is do better. But that's the problem. Are they able to do better?
And that's why you keep trying things, right? Keep trying to get on the perimeter, run up the middle, try different things to see what you do well.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And how about that defense? In the backfield, nowhere to go right away. You could tell they were playing the run game all the way, and they got in the backfield and got the tackle for a loss.
A 3rd and long coming up here. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they put the points on the board with that 37-yard touchdown pass. Looking for an alley from inside his own 20. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. Leaves it with the back. Oh, what a move. And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the 1st quarter. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. He's looking to throw. Got his man quickly. Oh, he gave him the limp leg. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
It's a really nice looking throw. This dude is a weapon in this offense at the quarterback position. It's so funny. I think back to guys like Greg McElroy and A.J. McCarron, guys that may or may not have unfairly been tabbed as game managers. And then you think of Jalen Hurts, Tua, and Bryce Young in recent years, and just how dynamic and versatile these guys were at the position and how they really helped take this offense to the next level. Watching this guy reminds me a little bit of that.
On second down, wants to throw. On the run, fires downfield. And that pass picked off. Just a small return, but a big play as they have it now at the 45. The offense lining up for a first down play. Wide receiver now comes in motion. The jet sweep pass. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. SEC versus the Big Ten. They compete at everything. They try to outspend each other, and they certainly want to beat each other on the field.
So many national championships, so many Heisman Trophy winners shared between these two conferences, David. Everybody gets excited when the Big Ten takes on the SEC.
And these games matter so much. The fans get so amped up, so juiced up, to the point where we hear in the stands what? SEC. SEC. They wouldn't say that if conference pride wasn't a real thing.
Trying to beat him to the left. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. The Trojans will line up to punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Here comes that Alabama offense. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down, to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him. Maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
From the gun, to give, looking for room. And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down.
Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again, right? It's been really hard for this offense in this game to run the football, but they finally break off a big run there. That could be the play they need to really generate momentum and get this run game on.
They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now. Well, the offense is in a really nice rhythm right now. It seems like no matter what they're dialing up, they're getting positive yards, and it just feels so good as a play caller when you know on first down you can get yards like that turning around and handing it off.
Yeah, and on the other side, you're scratching your head going, what the heck can I do here? You got to find something. The defense has got to find a way to create some momentum. Whatever they're doing right now, it's not working. So you got to keep going through that play sheet and maybe find something a little bit different that can give this offense something to think about.
High-flying pass catchers and the Crimson Tide. That combination wasn't right at the top of your mind, say, 30 years ago.
No, it used to be run, more run, and you've seen over the years they've opened it up, the playbook, and they've brought in dudes. They've had some guys that can fly. They've had receivers winning Heisman trophies, like so many game breakers on the outside that make big plays in this offense.
After misfiring, it's 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Release to the back. They're working that left side. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7.
And a great job by the QB, finding the running back, getting the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
With the run on 1st and goal. is in for the score. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
I know it's early this year, but it's obvious this guy is a focal point in this offense. After having 2 touchdowns in his first game, he gets on the board here. Doesn't matter where he lines up, they find ways to get him the football, and defenses just have not been able to figure him out.
Fair catch, called for and made. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
Well, last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together.
Makes the grab down the left side. He's got the sidelines going nuts as he gets it down to the 18-yard line.
I love when you back the defense off. If you want to get aggressive, I'll take shots down the field, make the defense play more conservative, and now what? Now you're in the red zone with a chance to get some points.
They just changed the dynamic of this possession in a heartbeat, and now it's 1st and 10 from inside the red zone. Pressure coming. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, and really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference.
Headed to the end zone. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the 1st down.
And that's all you want, right? You want that 1st down. Understand the situation. Understand I got to get north and south, get a 1st down, get a new set of downs.
They are really clicking along. 1st and goal on just the 4th play of the drive. Quarterback keeps it on the sneak. Wedges, pushes, and he's over and in for the touchdown. Ready to try the point after. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. It was finished off with the quarterback sneak. Hauls it in inside his 20, and here he comes. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be conservative.
He lets it fly. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off.
And that's got to feel good, and that's a play this young man is never going to forget. His first interception of the season. Great job reading the QB's eyes and getting to the football.
And now this offense will take the field again. Trying to find his man on 1st down. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. And he will wisely throw it to the kid playing the tuba.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there, I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
Tried to fight his way through that tackle, but he's brought down.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Coming after him. And he just throws it away on 3rd down. I don't think you can give up on a play like that.
And this is why you don't want to get in these situations. 3rd and long, defense knows it's pass. They're playing pass, playing deep. QB has nowhere to go with the football, so he just throws it away.
They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. 3:25. The give on 4th down. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. And the Trojans will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. On the move from inside his own 20. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Here comes that Alabama offense. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments, but they've got to find a way to run the ball at least some here in the second half.
I do think you said something that's important. I think running the football is an attitude. Like, it starts with the offensive lineman and being physical, having a nasty attitude. Running back, same thing. I think they need more of that in the second half.
You know, and I think then if you're this defense, you have an opportunity to make a statement here. Yeah, I know you guys went in at halftime and you riled yourselves up and you told yourself that you think you can run the ball on us. On this very first drive, we're going to prove to you, just like in the first 30 minutes, you cannot.
And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming.
You know, it's difficult for QBs sometimes when you're throwing to your running backs because they're not receivers. You really got to be perfect with the ball placement. You got to make that a catchable throw. A little bit too tough for the RB on that.
And this offense just has to find a way to convert this third down, or else they are really in trouble. From the gun, wants to pass. Firing to the right, complete. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. The biggest key there is the quarterback understanding that A, it's zone, but B, what kind of zone is it? Is it one high safety? Is it two high safeties? And then you know instinctively where your best throw, where your highest percentage completion is based on what type of zone coverage it's going to be.
Well, he made the grab, but the doors closed quickly after that.
Yeah, and I like this. I want to find my running back. Man, he's got to do a little more damage after the catch. I need a stiff arm. I need a spin move. I need something where he can make that guy miss and pick up a bunch of yards and maybe get a big play out of it.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
They're trying to get to him. Got his man all by himself. Oh, and the defense in chase mode, and they finally get him down at the 35. Alabama rolling quickly downfield, set up with another first down. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. And the freshman does a great job using his technique and getting the man on the ground. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. Gets away from one. And the defense is there. He got away for a second, but not for long as they knock him down for a loss.
Man, it didn't take long for the defense to get home on that play. You see them playing man coverage in the back end, slowing down the routes from the receivers and the rest of the offense. That forced the quarterback to have to hold on to it for just a split second longer, and they were able to get the sack.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
And they'll pat the kicker on the tail and tell him to go give it a shot. He says he's got a big leg. He's going to have to show it from 56 yards out. The official says no good. And after the miss, it's still a 14-point game. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this offense here, it'd be nice to hit an explosive play, be aggressive, and really pay off your defense's effort that last drive.
And instead of having to move the ball down the field consistently and then getting stopped on 4th downs, you're right. Create some of the explosives. Take those deep shots. Make those big plays.
didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Dialing up a 2nd down pass play. Looking deep. It's caught downfield. This defense giving up ground as he's finally knocked down at the 26.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws, just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Fires to the big fella. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size.
The big fella, the tight end, the wide receiver in a tight end's body going up and making the catch.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Zone coverage that time, and the cornerback, a nice job with his eyes. He's watching the quarterback. He sees the ball thrown, so he knows exactly when to break on it. He's able to break it up for an incompletion.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
That play had zero shot. They got to do a better job up front, creating some running lanes. The running back, before he could go anywhere, getting tackled, nowhere to go.
Not a chance. Missed it. Missed the field goal. Missed the chance to make it a 3-possession game, but still a 14-point lead, guys. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal, David.
You know what? Don't leave it up to kickers. Execute better offensively. I think you move the ball nice. You got to keep that in mind. But, Palmer, I think you got to stay aggressive and don't settle for field goals.
Yeah, because you got to know there's just no margin for error right now. You just have got to be able to execute at a higher level.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The give to the right. Hard running there. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this 3rd period.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter. With the score, USC 21, Alabama 7.
First down to start the drive after the break. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. Grab behind the line. It's fired. On the move at the 30. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. It's complete to the right. Takes it all the way down to the 4 after making the grab, and they're set up.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find himself open. Nice job between those two.
Direct snap. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. Now on 2nd and goal. Snap it to the back. Touchdown, Bama! And the comeback is on. Well, if the momentum hadn't shifted before, it certainly has now.
It has, and now you got some game pressure, right? That's beautiful. Now the defense comes out, get you a stop, get aggressive, but the offense a little bit of pressure now because they know if the ball goes back to the other side, they could lose this ball game.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
A lot of eyeballs on your game, guys, and a few on this interesting matchup as well. Illinois is ahead right now, but the school that produced the likes of Dick Butkus and Red Grange has some work to do before this is over. They're up by 6 over Tulsa. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected, fellas.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when to go quarter's final. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David, if they can add to it. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
And I love playing man coverage on the back end, getting those receivers' faces. Don't let them feel comfortable and run zone where they can find all these holes in the zone, and my rush can't get home. Pressure them, pressure them, pressure them.
Finds his back in the middle. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
From the shotgun, the inside give. And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge.
Well, we saw the coaching staff on the sideline challenging this offensive line to end this game. They've got the lead late now, and they know they're going to continue trying to run the ball to ice it.
And it's taken away by the defense, and they desperately needed that turnover. Trying to take it back. And he has taken it all the way back. Touchdown, Tide. This time it's the defense finding ways to put points on the board.
There is nothing better than being a defender. Seeing that ball in the end zone, your eyes get big as saucers. Go, jump on that puppy, secure it, get you a touchdown.
The extra point is up and good, and we are tied up in the fourth. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick six and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Looking to throw on second down. Caught. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground.
I like the running back there on the route, the patience he showed, really setting it up. Got to the defender, was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
Looking to move it through the air. Unloads to the wideout. He's got it. Bulldozes his way through. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. The Trojans come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. One step wrap, two step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. That pass is incomplete.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot, and that's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with a W.
Trying to escape and get it himself. They finally get him on the ground, but not before he rips off enough for a first down.
You got to keep drives alive late in the game. When you start to get in the fourth quarter and it's a one-score game, you got to do whatever you can as that quarterback to scramble around, get extra plays, extra first downs. Really nice job there by the QB.
Biggest drive of the game right here as we get close to the end of regulation. Takes this handoff and headed to the right. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
It's all tied up. This offensive line, they want the pressure. They want everything to go through them here. They're saying, look, let's just run the ball. Let's get this thing down closer and closer to the goal line. Let's bleed some clock and put ourselves into position to win.
Leaves it with the running back. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. Quick timeout by the defense here, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. Touchdown USC! And inside a minute to go, and they've got the lead.
And how about this offense, man? They knew they needed to execute. Great play calling, great drive, put it together. Now you got a chance to go up by 7 late in this ball game and then let your defense go on the field and seal it for you.
Now that they have the lead, this kickoff unit has to stay in their lanes, create some field position, and hand it over to the defense. Looking for daylight from inside his 20. And the returner will be brought down. Here comes that Alabama offense. And they're going to have to fight this defense, and they're also up against it with time, Jesse.
Yeah, no doubt, Reese. And this quarterback now, he's going to have to show off his poise, David. They practice these late-game situations.
Oh, did he toast the coverage? Got it deep downfield. And after the pickup, gets to the sidelines to stop the clock and keep this drive going as they try to save themselves late. Going up top on first down. Those two failed to make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
The QB had all day to throw the football. That's the good news. The bad news is he couldn't find anybody open and couldn't deliver the ball to him. So let's see if they can get some chemistry going with the wide receiver and quarterback throughout this game.
Line getting set on second down. He's looking to throw. Gets away. Quarterback adapting. Open space at the 25. And he gets out of bounds to stop the clock. They've got a first down. They're in plus territory, and they've got a chance to win the game.
Defensively, the clock late in the game, when you're winning, it's your friend. You got to find a way to keep that thing ticking. When you rush the passer, keep that quarterback in the pocket. Make him beat you from in there. You're dropping back in coverage. You got more DBs on the field. You're just trying to let him throw the football, get him on the ground, let that clock tick.
Well, it's the fourth quarter, and you got to be so careful as a quarterback when you're throwing it over the middle of the field right now because these windows are really small. He's very lucky that last one was not picked off.
Here comes second down, and this crowd is turning it up a notch. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Fires to the wideout. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
One of the things you have to be impressed about this defense is that they've got guys in the back end who can cover man-to-man or zone. That last one gets swatted away. They're in a situation where they're expecting pass. You know this is going to be a tight window to throw into it through the quarterback here.
Lets it fly. And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. Got room on the return. And he's down, and this game will end on a turnover. It's one thing to execute early in the game. Tight ball game, right at the end. You need the clutch plays. These guys deliver.
You can't teach that gene. You have people that can focus in the moment or they can't. Great job by the team, staying focused, understanding it's a close battle, win those one play at a time, and then look up, and then, heck, I got the win.
Yeah, David, they just had ice in their veins, and you can tell there's tremendous leadership on this football team. Guys can step up, and in the huddle, they can make sure that everybody else is focused to the task at hand in order to get the W.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.